Pre-match funding, UWE wasn't doing any fundraising. We were communicating with our alumni, but we weren't actually raising any money. So the match funding prompted the university to decide to open up a development office, and that's when they decided to recruit me. The team started with me, plus we had 2 people who were working in the alumni relations side of things. And what I did was recruit a couple of fundraisers. And what we've grown to now is we've got 1.6 fundraisers and 3 people working on alumni relations. The Vice-Chancellor and the 2 Deputy Vice-Chancellors are very supportive of the fundraising at UWE, and so I try to involve them wherever I can when it's appropriate. I feel that the VC is almost my secret weapon. You don't really get to see them and meet the VC unless you look like you're liable to make a substantial gift. But they're very supportive of the project as a whole, and they like to get involved where they can. Well, the match funding's had a massive difference in terms of my fundraising at UE because donors love it. And so if I can say to the donor, well, actually, your money's going to go a little bit further because of the support that we're going to get from HEFCE, that means that they might increase their donation. For example, we had a donor who was prepared to support a professor in speech and language therapy. And when I explained that if he was to make a large donation up front, he could get it matched 50p in the pound, all of a sudden his donation was increased massively because he wanted to make that the most of that. And then we've got the cancer research project with Professor Tony Rhodes.
Yeah, our research project at UE is focusing on breast and prostate cancer, and in particular we're very interested in identifying metastatic tumour cells. These are cells which have broken off from the primary tumour and are significantly different with respect to how you treat the disease. They're very difficult to isolate, and we've now got a valuable and very expensive piece of equipment which will isolate these cells from small blood samples and allow us to grow the cells in the laboratory so that we can develop new drugs to effectively treat these secondary cancers, which are the types of cancer which usually kills the patient. We were able to obtain funding from 2 local charities, the John James Foundation and the Friends of the Bristol Oncology Centre. And that was essential for us to enable us to buy the equipment, which was very expensive. However, we still didn't have any funds to actually run the machine for both the consumables, the kits which go into the machine, and indeed we similarly didn't have the staff to actually do the work and run the equipment. So the match funding was essential to provide that extra money, to provide those consumables, and also to employ scientists to perform the investigations and to organise the clinical trials for the first 2 years of the project.
Fundraising at UWE is fantastic because it's so diverse. One day I can be raising money for cancer research, the next day I can be raising money for student bursaries, and then I'm raising money to support our robotics lab. It's fantastic. It's not about just raising money for one thing at a time.
The Development and Alumni Office at UE has really helped our research. They've been extremely supportive. I can contact them any day of the week and they'll respond extremely quickly. They've been instrumental in developing a case for support philanthropic donations to help support our research, and I trust them explicitly with our relationships across the city.
My best advice I think that I would give to other people about fundraising in universities is to find the people around the university who are doing the philanthropic work that grabs you. Because if it grabs you, it's going to grab a donor as well. So keep your ear to the ground, find out who's doing research into what, find out who's supporting the students in which different way, and then you can have conversations with them, help translate their academic language into something that's a bit more understandable for donors, and then you'll be able to go out there with a fantastic case for support.